Hello everyone, my name is Arden, welcome back to another video. Today I'll be taking a look at set 75359. This is the 332nd Ahsoka's Clone Trooper Battle Pack. Pretty long name. This set has 108 pieces, 4 minifigures being 3 332nd Clone Troopers, 2 with jetpacks, and then Clone Captain Vaughn. This set is meant for ages 6 and up. In is the August 1st battle pack. Getting a summer battle pack is sort of interesting. A clone battle pack, or second clone battle pack of the year, and the first set since that AT to have these 332nd clones. Worse versions, right off the bat, of the original ones. This is a battle pack that's, I would say, has had a decent amount of scrutiny. The build is not the best thing ever. The little turret is a pretty wimpy attempt at a turret. And, the printing on these clones is just not as good as it once was. You have the helmet holes, and Vaughn is not the best thing that they've ever done for a clone. I bought 2 of these the first day that they, or not even the first day, I think I just bought them when I saw them at a store. And I think this is a decent set. I'm going to do a video where I sort of compare the last 3, the newer battle packs, and I think this one is just, it doesn't feel like it has enough to it, where I feel like you look at the Snow Trooper battle pack, and that one felt like it made sense that the price was increased. And then the 501st one, sort of, the build was a decently sized build, and I think it was a pretty good one. This Swamp Speeder thing is really just tiny, and the clones themselves, I don't know. Personally, I wouldn't really want a 332nd battle pack. It was not really something that I really wanted. I will say, I would have loved a battle pack that got a couple of these clones and a couple Maul Mandalorians. That would be a really cool one, and I think sort of fit a little bit better. I don't think this is a battle pack where people are just going to buy hundreds and hundreds like the 501st battle pack or other clone battle packs. Because I don't know if people really want that many 332nd clones. I think this was a perfect set to release and have on shelves with the Ahsoka show. Just something with Ahsoka's name on it is just a perfect set to have out, just like you had Obi-Wan's Jedi Starfighter when the Obi-Wan show is coming out. I think this is another good example of that. So just take a look at the builds for this set, the figures, give you my final thoughts on this battle pack. So starting with a big draw to most battle packs, the minifigures. This one has 3 332nd clones, 2 that do have the blue jetpacks. Of course, those blue jetpacks came in the with the 501st Jet Trooper from the original 501st battle pack. These helmets are different from the original ones. They have helmet holes, which seemed for some reason to lead to poor printing. The printing doesn't, I will say, it doesn't look terrible, but it is farther from the helmet, the little top of the helmet, than you'd want. And it just doesn't look as good as the one that released a few years back. The torso and leg printing all looks quite nice and is the same as the 501st clones. Seeing the back of that printing, we can see it on this one without the jetpack. It's a pretty basic clone printing. Now, Vaughn, I think, is really the figure of topic here, as it's just not the best rendition you could have done for him. You've got the symbol right there for the torso, which the torso is different, meaning that there's a little jetpack piece right there, which is nice. That looks nice. The leg printing is everything you want. Not having, the visor just being orange doesn't look great. It doesn't look exactly really like how you would want. It's just, I don't know. I thought in the show Vaughn looked really cool. And this figure just doesn't really look like that to me. It's just a 332nd clone with a visor. There's nothing special about it, and that's, I think, the thing about it is I feel like in a lot of captains or commanders that we've gotten in the past, there's been something special about them, and you look at them and you're like, oh wow, it's Commander Cody, that's Gree, that's Rex, that's Fox. And Vaughn here, I just don't feel that, and I'm just like, oh, it's Vaughn, okay. I could look in my bin of clones and see him, and is that a 332nd? I'd have to take a closer look. Oh, he has a visor. Oh, that's Vaughn, right? Oh, yeah, he has that special printing on him. That's Vaughn. You know, these are decent figures. If you want 332nd clones, perfect way to get them. If you want to take the visor off Vaughn, you pretty much have a normal 332nd clone there. It's a good set to get 332nd clones. Just in my eyes, they're not the most appealing clones in the world, but I do think it's a good set to have out at the time. So now let's just take a look at the builds. So here are the builds, the little turret as well as the small swamp speeder. These are builds that I think would fly 10 years ago with battle packs. I don't think they're builds that fly with today's battle packs. I think there's been far superior builds, and just with this being a more expensive battle pack than some of our previous ones, it doesn't feel like it's enough for the price of the set. I believe, especially if they even were more expensive, which seemed like a possibility and planned at a specific time. So the turret here is a very, very sad and weak attempt at a turret. The new stud shooter piece on these legs, it's not much at all. I guess it's a fine addition if your minifigures do something, but it's really a sad attempt at a turret. The swamp speeder here I think is decent. You've got a couple stud shooters at the front. I overall liked how it was built. A 501st color spree of a turret, which I guess can go with your spark speeder as well as ATRT. You've got a couple seats there, no really control panel or anything, so they're just sitting there doing nothing. The low light right at the top, a few clips for some accessories. I think it's an alright build. It's small, like this is it in my hand. You know, I'm going to buy maybe one or two more of these battle packs. I've bought 2 already, and I kind of just want, I don't know, 10 332nd clones or something like that. This just, to me, I don't know what it is about this set. I'll get into it with my final thoughts. It feels underwhelming, and like there's no substance to it. So now let's just take a look at the box of this set. Here's the box of the set. You have the set information, the minifigures. I think it's displayed quite nicely. Mandalore in the background, the dark orange or yellow color for the Clone Wars boxes look quite nice here. Like some other Clone Wars sets, you have the 20th anniversary of the Clone Wars logo. And I think the box displays the set as nicely as you could, and it stays consistent with other Clone Wars boxes, so it's really what you would want. So that was my review of the 332nd battle pack. I think it's an alright battle pack. You know, it's just not really a Clone Legion I would have ever wanted. You know, the helmet holes don't all really affect me that much. The printing is what affects me the most, really. I think the thing that bothers me the most about some of these 332nd clones is that just a couple years ago we got a better version of it, and I think that's what bugs me the most, is that it wasn't 10 years ago. That even if it was, it might even be more annoying that if it was 10 years ago when things should be worse than they are now, when you think there should be improvement. So Vaughn there's really nothing to him for me. It's all right. You know, it's not the best thing in the world. The build, it's just, I think the way for me to describe this is just not. It's not the best thing. It's, you know, a clone battle pack. I really wish I could be more excited about it because I love clones. I'd love some cool clone battle packs, and I'm really excited for the next year's big one, especially if it's going to be plain clones. Like, that sounds absolutely amazing to me. You know, shock troopers. I love those in the gunship. The purple clones we got, 187th, I believe. The wolf pack. You know, some of these legions I absolutely love. It's just the 332nd to me aren't overly appealing. And now I do believe this is a perfect set to have out with the Ahsoka show. The set doesn't feel to me like you're getting anything more than you would when the sets were less money. So it just doesn't make sense to me that it's more, because you just don't get it here. I think you got more, in my eyes, with the 501st Battle Pack earlier in the year, and probably even more with the Snow Trooper Battle Pack, which I thought had an amazing speeder build, and the Snow build was really solid, and I thought it was a perfect Battle Pack. That $5 price increase, I didn't care at all, because I thought that it felt like it was worth it. I don't think the last two have really felt that way, and I'd like to feel that way again. Especially, it was obvious and clear that they were going to increase the price of these battle packs, and if that was the case, and they do at some point, and this is what we get, I don't entirely feel great about the price of the set. But overall, I think it's an alright set, a fine way to get 332nd clones. I'm not entirely sure how much the old ones are, but of course this is going to be your cheapest way to get these clones. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.